I wasted my entire 20s looking for purpose. I thought it was just something that I had to just wait around for, and eventually it will be revealed to me. Somehow, some way, it will just come to me. But the truth about purpose is that purpose is never revealed to you. You don't go out to the world looking for purpose. You will never find purpose in the world. Purpose is something that is revealed within you. Something that you have to unlock within yourself, inside of you. And the more you get to know yourself, the clearer that purpose becomes. That's something I never really understood at the beginning. I kept on looking at purpose in everything, but I just didn't find fulfillment in anything. And there was just so much that I was looking for. And a lot of times I found myself trapped because I was looking for a meaningful life in a meaningless world. Everything in this world is vain. There's actually leads you nowhere. And what I've always attributed vanity in is that which is rooted in this world, meaning it dies with it. You can't take it anywhere else. It's a tree without a fruit. That's what vanity means to me. Because at the end of the day, after you've done it, you won't have anything to show for it. I find myself bouncing side to side, up and down throughout the world in many different careers, in many different paths, just because I just couldn't find that fulfillment within. Trying to find it in people, trying to find it in the world, it won't be given to you through that. You have to you have to really work within yourself. You have to unlock yourself slowly, bit by bit, in order to find your purpose. And here's the 10 steps that I've learned along the way, and hopefully how it can help you too in finding your purpose. Number 1, first and foremost, is that your purpose is in your design. So whatever it is that you're designed for, that's where you're headed. So you don't have to look at many other people's purposes in order to find yourself. If you look at it this way, if you was 5 foot tall, your purpose ain't gonna be a basketball player. If a vehicle had no wheels, then its purpose was to never drive on the road. Its purpose is to be a ship. Similarly with you, you can find your purpose everything that you do, what you're good at, what you're not good at. And alternatively, if you are tall, then that filters your purpose. There's only certain things that you can do, and you should hone that. So maybe being a basketball player, or whatever it is that being tall could benefit from. We're all a design, every single one of us, and we're designed beautifully. You just have to use what you're designed for in order to fulfill your purpose. And you'll find so much happiness in fulfilling your design, in working in what is the best for you. And when things work out, it just clicks. You'll be so much happier. A fish is never going to find purpose in a tree or a monkey in the sea. It's always going to find purpose in its home, what it's designed for. And that's where you got to look within yourself. Look what you're designed for. Are you smart intellectually? Are you more emotional? You can be helpful with others? Are you more athletic? You can go to sports. There's so many different things about you that is designed already for what you're meant to be. And you just have to look within yourself and acknowledge and identify those so that you can move on in order to fulfill your path. And that's really how you feed your passion, in fulfilling your design, your purpose. There's no better feeling for a fish than to swim, and no better feeling for a monkey than to climb, for a horse to run freely, for a bird to fly. You just have to look at your design in order to find your purpose. Thirdly is understanding that passion isn't purpose. The heart misleads us oftentimes. I know, because I've spent and wasted nearly 20 years of my life into a passion or something that I thought I loved so much, and with nothing to show for it. I followed something and I loved something so much, and I wasted so much of my life really on something that doesn't even love me back. And I thought I'd have all the success, and if I just follow this passion that I'll find my purpose. But as a matter of fact, that passion I was talking about, which is boxing, actually misled me to my purpose. If I just didn't follow that route, I could have just had so much success in life and found my purpose at such an earlier age. But I didn't. I was stubborn. And I didn't want to let go of it. Because I thought and I believe that if you just work hard at your dreams and your passions, that your purpose will reveal itself. And that's where your purpose lies in. I thought my purpose lied in my dreams. And why things are not working out is just that because I ain't working hard. And that ain't always true. Look, in life, if it's not meant for you, it will never be for you. It will never come to you, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try. So you also have to be, wise enough to understand what is yours and what it isn't. because you can force yourselves in the wrong places, in the wrong spots, and you can find yourself trapped in there for years. And you don't want to do that. It's crucial for you to understand and acknowledge which one's the best for you and which isn't. Don't be stubborn. I ain't saying don't try to follow whatever your passion may be and, quit at the slightest failure. No, you have to try, but you also have to listen. After a few years, 5 years, a decade, 15 years, you have to really have that conversation with yourself and be honest with yourself. Is this really for me or it isn't? Try everything, but make sure that you don't waste any more time in pushing through something that is not meant for you. Number 4, don't let your desires mislead you. It adds to the third one, in that passion isn't your purpose. Your desires is always changing. So if you follow what you want now, then you're just going to be stuck in a loop that's just switching sides every single time. And you can't build anything because it's going to keep on misleading you to different places, different things. And in order for something to be revealed to you, you have to follow the path. And what happens is that your desires are always changing. So you're always stopping and going and changing routes and this and that. You have to just stick to one thing and you have to see it through. And you can't let your desires guide you in that aspect because your desires will always change. And number 5, the heart is the biggest fool. Do not, under any circumstances, follow your heart, because the heart is always changing. It will misguide you to the things that you think is yours, but it actually isn't. It can make you love the things that you shouldn't love and take you further away from your purpose. The heart can be so easily fooled. And in order for your purpose to be revealed, you can't follow your heart. You have to follow your purpose. And additionally to number 6 is that what you want now won't always be what you want. So don't put your stake into one thing right now and invest everything as if that's your whole entire life, because in 5 years time and 10 years time, you may not even like it anymore. And what then? You lose your purpose? No, purpose stays with you all throughout. So you can't put your whole happiness into one thing. You can't keep chasing your feelings because your feelings is everywhere. You feel this one day, you feel that another. You got to build discipline. You got to keep moving forward, even if you don't want to take the steps. And the biggest lesson for me is that you will always want different things at different stage of your life. The things you want always changes. So always think things rationally. Don't be hasty with your decision making. And don't put your life into one decision that can eventually change after a while. Such as getting into relationships. Who you love now may not be the one you love later. Or choosing or finding a career. The career you got a degree on may not be something that you'd like later on. You have to mature in your mentality and really weigh things carefully, especially when you're young. And that's the biggest mistake, is that we make the biggest decisions of our lives when we're so young. If you have the ability and you are surrounded by older people, heed their advice and try to listen to their mistakes and their input. It's because when we're young, we think we know it all. And that's our biggest mistake. We have to listen to our elders because they have already taken the path that we are just about to take. And we don't want to make the same mistakes as they did. And understand every decision you make has a positive and a negative, and it's all about weighing that. And it's all about weighing those decisions so that you can have a better life. And remember, don't make decisions for what you want now. Think of what's later. Number 7 is quite simple, in that your God-given talent is your key to success. That will reveal what your purpose is. You have to understand that what your talent is won't always just be. In the Bible, it says talents are sown, planted, watered, and then reaped. Then that means it grows. And what you're talented in now, if you keep on working at it, it will always grow. And the fascinating thing about this, in my experience, is that once you plant one, it grows to another talent, and then another talent. And you're like, what? But only if you unlock those first talent first, only if you plant and raise that talent, work at it. And that's what's important. The purpose is at the top, right? People always look at it in a linear sense, that you have to find purpose or the end goal of everything at the beginning. No, you have to make that journey in order to find that purpose. And the ticket to that journey in finding your purpose is your talent. That's the fare you pay. to find your purpose. So you have to develop your talents. And the thing is, it may not always be successful. But success isn't a goal. Purpose is. You'll find the meaning of life in your purpose. You may fail in developing those talents, and those talents may fail you. But every single time, there will always be another one that comes after it. And life really is just a path that you have to take it. But that path won't necessarily take you to the end, but that path will lead you to the side roads that will take you to the end. And those are the type of things that we just can't possibly see, but we'll only come to realize once we walk the path. So you have to. You can't be afraid. You have to try things and you have to walk those paths in order for things to be revealed to you. And that's what I've mentioned earlier, and that things are unlocked. Who you are now in your teens, if you work at it, is going to be a completely different person in your 20s. And things just click. If you planted something in 10 years' time when you're in your 20s, then in your 30s, you become a completely different person and new talents will be revealed to you. Every stage of your life, God gives another talent. In your 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, a talent that will lead you to your purpose at that stage of your life. Remember, life is not linear. It's circular. That means we're constantly evolving. And once we complete the journey, boom, it starts another one. A talent is given. And then we have to work through that again. And then boom, then we level up throughout our life until we are freed in death. And through that, we become eternal. And number 8 is don't chase dreams, chase success. Now, I already made a whole video about this. So if you'd like to watch that, I'll link it down below. But don't chase dreams, chase success. What I mean by that is that dreams are illusions. They're fed by our desires. They're the things that we want to get. Whereas success is simply from the devotion of our work. We find success in our aspirations. Things that work out, they're not random. You don't just win in things that isn't supposed to be for you. So doors don't just open if you're not welcome in it. And what we tend to do is we look at a house, for instance, and we knock on that door because we like the windows, we like this. It's like, that's not for you. And you can waste your time trying to knock at different doors that isn't even for you. Whereas success is there waiting for you. It's pulling you towards your purpose. Once you just start chasing success and what works out in life and what's there for you, it's inevitable that you find your purpose. The penultimate one, number 9, is that our purpose in life is to become better people. Now, your talents, your works, all of this is handed to you so that you have a tool to build and scope your life in. But ultimately, what our purpose in life is to become enlightened. Whoever we are, that's where the greatest fulfillment of life is. In becoming everything that we've always wanted. Because success, wins, money, all of this fades. But who you are as a person will live with you throughout eternity. That's the only thing you get to carry in life and on to the next. The consciousness and the awareness of who you are as a person. Now, the greatest experience of that is the most virtuous and the good version of you, or the enlightened version of you. Your job now won't always be your job, but that will help you to become a better person. The talents you have now won't always remain all throughout your life, but those will help you and to mold you to become who you need to be. So ultimately, becoming the best version of ourselves is our greatest purpose. Then that is where our purpose is found. The journeys we take, the jobs, the families, the people we meet along the way, they're all part of this greater purpose of becoming better, to help us grow towards virtuous beings. The traumas we have in life, we're meant to overcome them. That's our purpose. Questions, the doubts that we have in our minds, that is where our purpose is found, in answering those. And by the end of our life, we have no doubt because we have seen it all, experienced it all, and most importantly, become it all. And leading on to the final point, God's plan is better than ours, so you have to trust in Him. In Proverbs chapter 19 verse 21, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail. Meaning, we have so many different plans that we put in our mind, and we have so many different visions and ideas of how we want our life to be, but we have no idea what life has in store for us, whereas God has already seen all the ups and all the downs of your journey. So He plans for you. What God has for you is better, much better than anything you can possibly conjure up and think of, because you only see it from one aspect, whereas God sees it from every different aspects. And if you have seen all the different outcomes of certain things, you would make the exact same decision as God did. Because understand this, God doesn't want to hurt you. He wants to help you. And everything that God gives you is to benefit you, to make you better, to make you whole, and to help you live a better life. So there you go. That's the top 10. So to just wrap it up, the ultimate purpose of every human in this life is to reflect the beauty of God within their lives, for the world to see the light through you. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31, whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. So our purpose in life is to become such a heightened version of ourselves in a virtuous, good, positive way that we become the light of the world. Whatever path we may take, whatever life we live, the purpose of every soul is to become enlightened, to become something so beautiful, something so good, because ultimately that is where our greatest fulfillment comes, in being the best version of ourselves. And the best version of ourselves is found in the virtue of us. So the path to finding your purpose, look at your design. Your design is your purpose. And from that, let success lead you. And that the open doors are the one that welcomes you. So follow only what opens for you. Don't keep knocking on the closed doors. They're closed for you for a reason. And that life already is waiting for you. And it knows you. So only follow the path that opens for you. And once you follow that, it's fulfillment. You become fulfilled in life when you become yourself, when you follow your design and you find meaning in life through your design. And the last one is purpose itself. And that is found in becoming the best version of you. Ultimately, purpose is developing the darkness within ourselves into the light of who we are as humans and as souls. And that's where you find the fulfillment, turning the bad of life into the good of who we are. So, hope you like this video, and I hope it somewhat edifies you and it helps you all throughout your life and your journey. And I wish this was the type of things that I would have heard 10 years ago, even 20 years ago. I'm just trying to be the help that I've always wanted to people. I've always sought these type of advice, but couldn't find it in people. I didn't have the right or necessary guidance at that stage of my life, and I just hope to be that guidance for the younger generation and for anyone in life that's lost and unsure of themselves. For anyone that wants to talk about these type of things or just wants general advice, feel free to message me through my Instagram, my social media handles, or through the comment down below. I always try to reply to as many people as I can and really just help each other along the way in this journey of life. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching another episode of The Third Eye. I'm Thirdy, helping you see life in plain sight. See you in the next one. Peace.